Hello, everyone. So, last night I finished the second Agatha Christie book I've ever read. The first one I read was And Then There Were None. I read that about 2 years ago and it was fantastic. And I always kept Agatha Christie in my mind. Well, recently I got, as a birthday present, I got a collection of 5 Agatha Christie books, and I will go through each single one of them. The first one I read was Murder on the Orient Express. And as I said, I finished it last night. And, Agatha Christie is the second highest selling author of all time behind William Shakespeare. And I have to say that if her other work is like this book, that is a title that is well deserved. This was a fantastic book. For those of you that may not have read it, Murder on the Orient Express, it's a murder mystery. It features this detective who I guess is a prominent character in her series called, I believe his name is Hercule Poirot. And he's a Belgian detective. He's on the train. He's going on a trip to, I believe his destination is London. And, the train gets stuck in a snowstorm. And they can't go anywhere. During that time, there's a murder. This man named Ratchet, Mr. Ratchet, who's an American businessman, is found stabbed to death in his compartment. The door was closed. He was stabbed 12 times. Nobody knows how he could get inside. So Hercule, it falls on him to kind of solve the murder. But the problem is that he knows that the murderer is somewhere on the train with them because they're stuck in this snowstorm. There's 12 different suspects, all of them from different backgrounds, all of whom with seemingly little to no connections to the murdered man, aside from a couple employees of his. And it's up to Hercule to figure out which among them is the murderer. So let me just say that this was such a delightful read. I really enjoy kind of earlier to mid 20th century writing. And, just compared to, I've talked about this in a previous video, just compared to murder mysteries now, which are just so gritty, noir, and dark. This one, of course, there's a murder, and it's tied to a past crime. It was just so, the writing was just delightful. It definitely has that kind of classical type of emotion to it. Hercule is very fun to just watch him be himself. He's very polite character, very amiable or affable, I believe is the word, and very unassuming. He really plays his cards close to his chest. Like he'll ask a question like, "Where are you from?" Okay. And did you once own a dog or something like that? And later he explains why he asked that question, and it ties into the story. Like sometimes he'll ask the people questions that actually have nothing to do with the train or the murder or itself, just different, like kind of seemingly insignificant yet not insignificant questions about each suspect's past. I also enjoyed Agatha Christie's kind of her self-deprecation, not towards herself, but she's from England, and a couple of the characters in the story, a couple of the suspects, are English, and just the way they're described, just as kind of like cold, rigid people, just not in the best light, and then to find out that she herself was English was, I thought, very funny. I like that she really had quite a diverse group of people. There were British characters, there was a couple French characters, a Russian princess, oh gosh, what else? A count and a countess. I can't remember where they're from. A Swedish maid, a German handmaid, a couple of Americans, and an Italian. I might be missing a couple nationalities. By the way, I love these. I'm not a sponsor, but I'm just saying ice, sparkling water, no alcohol, no sugar, little caffeine. It's very delicious. So I'm just, if they happen to see this, you guys are doing great work. God's work right here. Delicious. Hold on. Anyway, so I just really enjoyed the book. It's just, it's interesting kind of, all the characters are so diverse, and exploring their backgrounds, it was just fun, especially when you find out that, I don't want to give too much away, but obviously not everybody's being truthful with their backstory. So then Hercule on his own kind of delves quicker because he has such a good memory. He remembers what everybody says, like, oh, this person said that, or that person said that it rains this time of year. I'm just going to make this up. He doesn't say this, but somebody may say it rains in Boston this time of year, and it turns out that it's a drought or something. And he's like, well, if they were in America, they would know that. So they don't know. So they've never been to America or something like that. It's just fun watching him. He's definitely he's kind of like Sherlock Holmes, but more like he's able to pick apart what people are saying by their mannerisms, and just kind of auditory observation. Again, he may have other powers that I'm unaware of. I will be reading more Hercule Poirot stories very soon. Again, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, somebody please let me know. I'm an American, and we're famous for mispronouncing names, and I apologize in advance. I try to respect cultures and whatnot. Anyway, so and then the ending is so satisfying. It may it may bother some readers if they're used to. I guess this is because I kind of compared Hercule to Joe Friday from Dragnet, who is this kind of, it's all, he's a police officer. He's like, oh, it's all part of the job. I do part of the job. Let's just say in the ending, Hercule you kind of see where he has a kind of different spot on the spectrum of morality, if there is one. It's a little bit different from Joe Friday, which I found very satisfying myself. So I enjoyed the ending. I was surprised. I had to say I was legitimately surprised because I guess like the identity of the murderer may be more, what's the word? It may be more obvious to people who think a little bit more outside the box in that way, or a little quicker than I did. But yeah, aside from that, it was just a fantastic read. I'm an instant fan of Agatha Christie. I really enjoyed this work. Very delightful reading, delightful writing. It's always fun reading from, especially English writers. I've had nothing but positive experience reading work from English writers. English nationality, not, I write English, but people from England, English, where a lot of my ancestry is from as well. So that's cool. Anyway, yes. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Definitely pick it up if you love crime fiction, especially murder mystery. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and check out my own collection of crime novels that I've written at jamesmichaelsbooks.com. That's all the ones behind me. Thank you.